Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Shanghai back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the show by Reddi. They're representing Denmark in Eurovision 2022. I'm going to listen, react and analyse how this could do in the Eurovision semi-finals. So, let's geeky. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip to a particular part of the video. There's also timestamps in the description as well. In case you haven't seen, I already did a reaction to Denmark's national final already. Actually thought it was much better this year. Last year's national final was so bad that I actually filmed the video and then I just didn't post it because it was so negative. And I don't like videos where I'm literally just ragging on everything. So this year I felt like it was much better. I felt there was a little bit more variety. We had Full Effect, which was giving something different. We had a lot of religious campfire songs. We had this song as well, which also felt a little bit like a bit of a mix-up. Denmark do have a crazy good qualification record of 75%, but in the last 6 years it's been 50%. They're 3-3 in the last 6 years. So they did go through a 6 qualification period from 2008 until 2013. Yeah, Denmark definitely not going through their strongest period right now. I don't really feel like they have moved with the times in the same way that Norway has or Finland. So I do feel like they do tend to skew towards very conservative, a little bit more boring. Yeah, that's kind of how I think of them in the contest right now. Having said that, they can sing great stuff. Only Teardrops in 2013 was amazing. I loved Rasmussen in 2018 as well. I thought that was brilliant. That made my top 10. So yeah, they can sing good stuff, but I don't expect it from Denmark, and I would say that they do tend to send duller stuff. They do tend to be on the more conservative side in general. I didn't actually watch the national final because of the time difference. So this is the first time I'm seeing the national final performance. Obviously this isn't the first time I saw the song, so I do know that it's half and half ballad into rock. Let's see how they converted it. What do they need to do in terms of staging to qualify for the final? Wanna know my secret bang? Reddi does remind me of Reddi Breck, which is a cereal for kids in the UK and Ireland. Okay. Starting off with a bit of piano. Song does kind of remind me, that two-part structure does kind of remind me of like something like Bohemian Rhapsody. Ooh, I like his styling. Okay, so kind of like cool, ballady starting. I think they should give little hints that something different's coming, like little flickers, so that people don't tune out thinking this is a boring ballad. Like the reveal into the second part's kind of fun, but I do feel like the start drags a bit. The melody is actually quite pretty. Yeah, just a couple of clues. Maybe like someone hiding under the piano or something, just like peeking out like, ooh, are they coming later? Or something like that. Even if they started the performance like with the other ones in silhouette, you're like, wait, why are they in silhouette? Okay, how long did that take? That took 120, that's not too bad. Yeah, like it's very different. And how often do we get girl rock groups? I literally can't think of a previous one. Yeah, staging's quite simple. It's just rocking out. A couple of different flashing colors. Styling's cool, obviously their outfits are very interesting. It sounds very live performance. Like it sounds good quality, but it sounds very like, yeah, I don't know. I presume the audio at Eurovision is going to be better than in the Dance Melody Grand Prix. But vocals sound good. They aren't very strong, but there's no mistakes in them. Okay, a little bit of fireworks. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a mix-up now. I think she needs to get a little bit more stanky in his face. It is giving me a little bit more like they're maybe a bit too calm. They don't want it to kind of skew like housewives who rock out. They want to keep it like very young and fresh and energetic. Yeah, we're not getting very many clues because honestly there's very little going on visual-wise. Like visually this wouldn't cut it at Eurovision. I actually like that little sunflower. The sunflower motif she's got on her guitar and on her waistcoat. Something like that might be cool in the background. That 1, 2, 3, 4 is cool. I wish they'd done a few more times earlier. Yeah, I think the song has got enough in it, enough interesting stuff happens. Look, they need to hold people's hand a little bit for that first half, because although it's kind of like a pretty ballad, I don't think it's enough. And I think that some people are going to get a little bit bored, or they might tune it. I think a couple of like cheeky things at the start, like let's say for example they open up and you see the other ones in silhouette and she's at the piano, that's immediately going to people like wondering, oh, what's coming up? Or give us a couple of like visual things like whoa, stick with us, something's going to happen, something exciting after 1 minute 20 seconds. So I think that they do need to do a little bit more of an effort in keeping people's interest until then. Those visuals there for the rest were like so basic. It was literally blue, yellow, green, red, just changing with their name in a triangle. Well, the triangle even wasn't, that was just the shape of the stage. So yeah, that's just not even close. I really do think you could have done that in around 25 seconds. So that's a little bit disappointing that there's nothing. Maybe those, now if I'm wrong and actually that backdrop couldn't have any visuals on it, so that's my mistake. If that's the case, why are Dance Melody Grand Prix doing something so simple that you can't even do proper staging? So yes, I would hope that they go for, I actually kind of like if they kind of lean into like a 70s feel, like hippie with like flowers and they're kind of like big bright browns and pinks and purples and kind of big flowers and stuff. I love that guitarist who was in the orange costume and she had the waistcoat with the sunflowers. That looked really cool, and that was the kind of thing that was catching my eye, even though I don't think it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be like a slightly additional adornment, but actually felt visually that was one of the more interesting things that happened. Yeah, look, that package just isn't going to cut it. People aren't talking about this. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, like at all. Nobody. Not even saying that they hate it. Just nobody hates it. Nobody likes it. People just are sleeping on it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to qualify, but it is slightly alarming that absolutely and utterly nobody has any interest in the song whatsoever right now. So they do need to do something a little bit risky, I think. And you know, that's what they did last year. They had this kind of nice disco song, but they had really slightly over the top staging, which I liked. You know, the guy was like, he had like 15 Red Bulls and then he jumped all over the place in that jacket that he bought off a famous Danish person who was dead, TV presenter who had passed away or something like that. So he brought like an eccentricity to it, which made it quite interesting. That is just a little bit too middle of the road right now. So I think they need to go like quite bold and over the top, a little bit Azerbaijan, like dramatic, not silly or anything like that. You can still keep it like a legitimate song. The song is decent. I think the song is okay enough that it has a chance to go through maybe in like the 8, 9, 10 range. And if it does make the final, I think this is like definitely right side of the scoreboard. But I think Denmark has a chance to squeeze through a qualification spot. That staging is just not ambitious enough at all. And also feels a little bit like, I know that they're trying to build the suspense into the 120, but also then the other 3 girls are kind of doing nothing for like half of their Eurovision performance. They're just waiting for the sake of a reveal that people might not even care about that much. Like they could use the 3 girls maybe in another way. I know they need to rock out straight away at 120, but like what if they use them for the first minute? So for example, they have them like walking around like wearing shrouded something, or doing something weird behind her, or just doing like something very slow and peaceful that fit the tone of the song, and then they like whipped off their capes and started rocking out or something like that. Just an idea that didn't feel like it had any ideas at all. It was just like, okay, she's going to play the piano and then they were going to rock out, and then let's put green, blue, yellow in the background. That's not really an idea. That's just kind of like bare bones. So they just need a lot more than that, because otherwise it's just absolutely got no hope. It is in the first half and it's in the it is in the first semi-final and it's in the second half. So it's definitely got that going for it. In terms of other rock songs, it has Bulgaria. I don't think that Bulgaria is as much a no hope as some people are making out. I do think that might have a shot, but yeah, they just need to differentiate this from Bulgaria. I think the fact that Bulgaria is an all-boy group and they're an all-girl group is like almost sufficient enough. Plus they're in different halves. I think it's not really going to be a massive issue. I think they definitely want to win the battle of the bands though. They want to be considered the better rock song. I think that's like a mini battle that they almost have to win if they're going to qualify. I would be kind of surprised if both of those qualified. I think it's probably going to be one or the other, because they are going to nip at each other a tiny bit. But yeah, I think this has got a shot. But the staging just needs to be absolutely utterly scrapped, and they need to just start from scratch and do it all over again. But the song has enough uniqueness in it. Really, we've never had a female rock group that I can remember pretty much ever. So it's got something that is going to make it stand out. They just need to be much more strategic in who their audience is, and don't just expect that people have to sit through the song. They don't have to. If they don't want to sit through your song, they're not going to. So you need to bring them to the better part or the stronger part of the song and guide them through the first part. We can check the odds. So this is currently 34th in the odds, which is not a good sign. Let's see where it is on the app. I'm pretty sure it's roughly the same spot. It's 37th in the app. So look, people just don't care about this right now. So they need to make people care about them. Staging is a total revamp, and it needs a story and it needs a wow moment. Okay, that's what I think about Denmark's song The Show by Reddi. I forgot the name of the song. That's not good. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'm seeing you in the Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.